Hello, welcome back to my channel Watchlist by Miss C. Those who are new here, this channel is all about true events, be it murder, mystery, conspiracy theories, cults, horror events, and much more. Subscribe to my channel. I really need your guys' support. I'm also covering the Idaho murder case. But today's video is about the mysterious deaths in Hollywood. Number 1 is Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy was an American actress and singer. She got her first job in Hollywood when she was just 13. In her private life, she dated Eminem and Ashton Kutcher and then got married to Simon Monjack. So, what happened with Brittany Murphy? In 2009, the 32 years old Brittany got sick with pneumonia to the point where her lips turned blue and she was gasping for air when she collapsed in the bathroom of her house in the Hollywood Hills. At 10:04 a.m. of December 20th, Brittany died at the hospital from cardiac arrest. What's so mysterious in this case? Even after being so sick, Brittany didn't go to the emergency room the night before her death, and moreover, she didn't see a doctor in 6 weeks. She and her husband Simon, who had his own health issues, were practicing their own form of holistic medicine. It is said that they both picked and chose among medicines and doctors, and they were always afraid that the paparazzi would find out if they were seen as sick and it would hurt their jobs prospects in Hollywood. That was one reason Brittany didn't go to an emergency room. Her autopsy determined that she died of pneumonia, anemia, and multiple drug intoxications. These drugs, which include over-the-counter cold medicines and prescription medicines, were all legal but in elevated levels. She had been sick for at least 2 weeks, and if they had taken her to a doctor, she would have been treated well. Brittany's husband Simon refused performing an autopsy, and shockingly, just 5 months later, the 40-year-old Simon died in the same bedroom of spookily same causes, pneumonia and anemia, and like Brittany, he also had elevated levels of prescription drugs in his system. After these mysterious deaths, many claimed that the home had toxic mold in it, and it was also proved afterwards. But Brittany's father insisted that she was murdered. Some say that Brittany and Simon were on the US Department of Homeland Security watch list and they have been killed. But what is the actual story? Is mold the main culprit? Or are they actually killed? Number 2 is Richie Edwards. Richie Edwards was a driver and roadie for the British alternative band the Manic Street Preachers before becoming a full-time member of the group. So what happened with him? On February 1st, 1995, just a day before his flight to the US to go on a promotional tour, the 27-year-old Richie Edwards went missing. There were sightings of him over the next 2 weeks. A taxi driver claimed that he drove an erratically behaving Edwards to Bristol, but then the trail went cold. His car was later discovered near the Severn Bridge, a known suicide spot, leading many to believe that he had jumped off the bridge. And it could be true because Richie was suffering from severe depression. He often harmed himself by cutting and burning himself with cigarettes. He had also been hospitalized for anorexia and struggled with alcohol dependence. His family refused to believe that he was dead, especially as his body was never found. But in 2008, 13 years after his disappearance, his family was granted a court order to have him legally presumed dead. Now the point is, what's so mysterious? Since Richie Edwards' disappearance, a number of people have claimed to have seen him in different places around the globe. For example, in 1996, 2 years after his disappearance, a college lecturer claimed he met Edwards in Goa, India, where he was going by the name Rick. Then again, in 1998, people at an underground club in Canary Islands claimed to have also spotted Edwards. And when they asked if he was Richie Edwards, he allegedly raced out of the door. So, did Richie fake his own death? Is he still alive? But his family should definitely get a closure of what exactly happened with him. So, Richie boy, if you're watching this video, please write a letter to your family and help them be at ease. Number 3 is Brian Jones. Jones was a multi-instrumentalist who founded the Rolling Stones. He was the member of the group until he was let go in 1969 shortly before his death. So, how did he die? On July 2, 1969, Jones' body was found at the bottom of the swimming pool around midnight at his estate in East Sussex. He was just 27 years old. He died just 6 weeks after his bandmates informed him that he was out of the band. Jones leaving the band was a sure thing. He had grown estranged from his bandmates and became very dependent on drugs and alcohol. So, what's so mysterious in his death? He was drinking heavily and taking sleeping pills. He must have slipped in the pool and drowned. But nope, that's not the case. Rumors have circled around for years that Frank Thorogood, who was a builder working on Jones's house, was the last person to see him alive, and maybe he had killed him after a dispute over money. In a 2020 documentary, it is claimed that Thorogood and his construction crew were looting Jones, and Jones had fired them the day before the incident. According to the documentary, Thorogood and Jones got into an argument that ended with Thorogood holding Jones's head down in a trough until he drowned. And then he moved the body in the pool to make it look like an accidental drowning. Thorogood's friend Tom Keelock alleges that Thorogood confessed to the murder on his deathbed. He said that he had killed Brian. So, which of the case shocked you guys the most? For me, it was Richie Edwards' case. What if he's still alive? Subscribe to watch the next part to know more mysterious cases like these. Thank you.